The entire world economy is rigged against you. Let me explain. Every time I post about home prices, interest rates, whatever, I get comments like this saying that it's not about interest rates going down, it's about the prices being too high. And she's right. Since 1971, home price growth has massively outpaced the income growth of average Americans. In the 1980s, President Ronald Reagan popularized a term called trickle-down economics, which is supposed to work like this, where the government uses your tax dollars to give subsidies and tax breaks to business owners to encourage them to start new businesses and expand the businesses they already have, which in theory creates more jobs so they can allow the wealth to trickle down from the wealthy people in society to you. But it actually works more like this, where the people who get those subsidies and tax breaks end up getting wealthier and wealthier, and they invest that money rather than letting it trickle down into things like stocks and bonds, into precious metals, and the reason we're talking about this, real estate. Whether we have a Republican or Democrat controlled presidency or Congress, we always have trickle-down economics in some degree in some part of the economy, but that's not the sinister part. Let's look at the money supply. This is a chart showing the amount of money in circulation at any given time, and you can see it's always going up because they have the ability to print what you're willing to trade your life for. And you can imagine that if you have a $100 bill in your hand and I start printing a ton of $100 bills, the value of yours goes down because there's more to go around. The reason that I bring up trickle-down economics is that this idea is how the entire economy is structured, just applied to money printing instead of using your tax dollars. And this is what's so frustrating about talking to a lot of the young Americans today who feel like homeownership and even the idea of advancing economically in our society seems unattainable to them. They're kind of right, because this system has kind of co-opted all of us into wanting to perpetuate it. 70% of Americans are homeowners today, and although young people want to see either home prices return to the levels of their income or their incomes rise drastically to the levels of home prices, neither of those seems really reasonable when 70% of the population wants to see their home value continue to rise. And for those 70%, sometimes their only investment in life is their home. That's how they've grown their wealth, because home ownership has been and continues to be the most accessible and successful way for Americans to grow their wealth. And really, I think the only way to turn this around is a massive overhaul of the entire economic system, not only of America, but of the world. And I don't even know if that's possible. I don't know if we have the appetite for that. So let me know. What do you think? What do you think we should do to make homeownership affordable for young people again? And is there anything we can do?